1. Lions unleashed, strong side named for Brumbies clash ahead of first test versus Wallabies. 2. Mack Hansen's pinch me moment, Lions versus Brumbies. 3. Lions Tour 2025, Andy Farrell's Marcus Smith conundrum, can the Lions win the series? 4. British and Irish Lions versus ACT Brumbies, key players and team preview. 1. Lions unleashed, strong side named for Brumbies clash ahead of first test versus Wallabies. The race for a coveted British and Irish Lions test spot is heating up amidst the Australian winter, and the pressure is on. While the Lions have announced a formidable lineup for their crucial match against the ACT Brumbies, the selection picture remains far from settled. This isn't just another warm-up game, it's a high-stakes audition for a place in the first test against the Wallabies, and the stakes are incredibly high. Head coach Andy Farrell has opted for his strongest combination yet, signalling a clear intention to use this fixture as a serious dress rehearsal. The starting 15 boasts a wealth of talent, including the dynamic halfback pairing of Finn Russell and Jamison Gibson-Park, supported by a powerful all-Irish centre partnership of Bundee Aki and Gary Ringrose. The back row also sees familiar faces with Ollie Chessum and Tom Curry included, but Farrell has made it clear that nothing is guaranteed. But here's where it gets controversial. Traditionally, midweek games on a Lions tour have been viewed as opportunities to give squad players a run out, often jokingly referred to as bin juice matches. However, Farrell has dramatically broken with this convention, unleashing his strongest side against the Brumbies. Why? Because the Brumbies have been the standout Super Rugby team in Australia this season, representing a significantly tougher test than the Invitational 15 they faced previously. This decision suggests Farrell is prioritising a rigorous assessment of his team's performance against a genuine challenge. And this is the part most people miss. Farrell's approach isn't just about fielding a strong team, it's about maintaining flexibility. He's deliberately left wriggle room in his selection plans, acknowledging that even the best-laid plans can go awry. For example, if the midfield combination doesn't quite click, there's still time to adjust. Scottish duo Hugh Jones and Sione Tuipulotu have a chance to impress this weekend in Adelaide, and a strong performance could see them earn a starting spot against the Wallabies. Russell and Blair Kinghan, the fullback, would be well acquainted with either player should they be chosen. Farrell's philosophy is clear, it's up to the players to put their best foot forward. He's established certain combinations but emphasized that performance will dictate the final selection. Players can play themselves in, and players can play themselves out, he stated. This open-minded approach, while potentially unsettling for some, allows for adaptation and ensures the team is best prepared for the challenges ahead. A closed mind, he believes, benefits no one. The competition is particularly fierce in the back row, a critical area where the Lions need to dominate to counter Australia's strength around the ruck. Leicester's Ollie Chessum is currently the standout performer, having impressed Farrell from the outset. He's not just a physical presence, he's also a valuable line-out option and possesses excellent ball-handling skills and a strong understanding of the game. Farrell is keen to see how he performs in the number 6 position. Curry also has a strong chance of securing the open side flanker spot, edging out contenders like Josh van der Flier and Jack Morgan. His relentless physicality and tireless work rate are undeniable assets. Farrell, a longtime admirer of Curry's dedication, described him as a machine. The stuff he does off the ball makes teams tick. Adding to the mix, Henry Pollock returns from a calf injury and earns a spot on the bench, alongside Mack Hansen, a Canberra native who's anticipating a warm welcome and a lot of ticket requests. "I've got about 30 friends and family going apparently," Hansen chuckled. "I've had people coming out of the woodwork for tickets for a while now." A key detail often overlooked Owen Farrell, the team's captain, will be available for selection this weekend after missing previous matches. The Brumbies, while missing 8 Wallabies squad members, will welcome back flanker Tom Hooper, whose brother Lachlan is also in the matchday 23. The Brumbies famously secured a 14-12 victory over the Lions in Canberra back in 2013, a result Farrell is well aware of. 100%, that's what we expect, he said, anticipating another tough encounter. "It's another game on the road for us, but there's a realization that it's a pretty special one for the Brumbies." With a chilly night and potentially slippery conditions ahead, several Lions players know that a test jersey is within their grasp. The next 2 games represent a crucial opportunity to prove their worth and secure a place in the starting lineup. Now, let's hear your thoughts. Do you agree with Farrell's decision to field such a strong side against the Brumbies? Do you think Chessum deserves a starting spot, or should Bin be prioritised for the line-out? And who do you think will ultimately be the starting back row for the first test? Share your opinions in the comments below. 2. Mack Hansen's pinch me moment, Lions vs Brumbies. Imagine being a teenager cheering on your hometown rugby team as they stun a legendary touring squad and then, years later, suiting up against them as part of that very same iconic team. For Mack Hansen, this surreal scenario is about to become reality. The wing, whose Irish mother paved his path to don the green of Ireland, never dreamed he'd return to Canberra's GIO Stadium as a British and Irish Lion. Just 15 when the Brumbies handed the Lions their first 2013 tour loss, Hansen left Australia in 2021 for Connacht, debuting for Ireland months later. Now, he's set to face his former Brumbies teammates, including close friends and brothers Ryan and Lachlan Lonergan, off the Lions bench in their toughest Australian test yet. It's a pinch me moment, Hansen reflects, though his gaze is fixed on the bigger prize, securing a test spot starting July 19th. The games you really want to put your hand up for are the tests. His journey contrasts with Lions starters Tommy Freeman and James Lowe, his Ireland teammate, sparking subtle debate over selection depth. But here's where it gets intriguing. Hansen's dual roots, Irish heritage, Aussie upbringing, raise a fascinating question: does playing against childhood friends and a team that launched his passion ever feel bittersweet? They are my best mates, he says warmly, but once the whistle blows, it's just another opponent. The Brumbies, Super Rugby's top Australian side this year, albeit missing Wallaby stars, promise a fierce clash. Lions coach Andy Farrell has all but named his near full-strength squad, hinting at a trial by fire for Hansen and others on the test fringe. And this is the part most people miss: Hansen isn't just fighting for a jersey, he's embodying a modern rugby reality where loyalty, nationality, and opportunity blur. Will his inside knowledge of the Brumbies give the Lions an edge, or could familiarity backfire? As Hansen puts it, nice switch up or not, this is about putting a marker down. Your turn. Should form in provincial games outweigh test experience in Farrell's final selections? Let us know in the comments. 3. Lions Tour 2025, Andy Farrell's Marcus Smith conundrum: can the Lions win the series? Is Andy Farrell's handling of Marcus Smith on this Lions Tour a tactical masterstroke, or a puzzling oversight that could cost them the series? The stakes are incredibly high. A series win against Australia is the bare minimum expectation for this squad, and some decisions are raising serious eyebrows. Let's set the scene. Australia, the Lions' upcoming opponent, recently scraped by against Fiji, a team ranked just below them. While Australia will undoubtedly improve, it's hard to deny they are not operating at the level of rugby powerhouses like South Africa or New Zealand. This means the Lions, a team brimming with talent and backed by significant resources, should be able to secure a series victory. It's not wishful thinking. These aren't the days of hastily assembled squads relying on sheer grit. The Lions are a professional operation, equipped with top-tier coaching and a deep pool of experienced players. Predicting the outcome of this series is tricky, though. The warm-up matches feel like a phony war, where neither side wants to reveal their full hand. Andy Farrell, the Lions head coach, is clearly trying to balance giving every player a chance with allowing his preferred combinations to gel in real game situations. But here's where it gets controversial. The decisions surrounding Marcus Smith and Owen Farrell have been particularly perplexing, and they are sparking a lot of debate. Many believe Marcus Smith was a fortunate selection to begin with, but the bigger question is why he hasn't been given a starting opportunity in his best position, fly half. He's capable at fullback, but it's clearly not his strongest role. Is Farrell considering him as bench cover for both positions, allowing for a 6-2 split in the backline, requiring a scrum half alongside the fly half? If not, the initial selection seems difficult to justify. Adding to the confusion is the late call-up of Owen Farrell. And this is the part most people miss. While I don't subscribe to accusations of nepotism, both Farrells are seasoned professionals who wouldn't tolerate such interference. The timing of his inclusion is undeniably strange. A manager has the right to pick their team, of course, but why wasn't Owen Farrell included from the start, if his selection was always the plan? His experience and Lions pedigree were always valuable assets. Had he been selected initially, we wouldn't be waiting to see if he can rediscover his peak form, a form he hasn't consistently displayed recently. Farrell Sr. has suggested the call-up was driven by a need for experience and that Owen will be competing for the 10 and 12 positions. However, as several former Lions players have pointed out, this explanation doesn't quite align with the unfortunate injury withdrawal of Elliot Daly. An earlier selection would have allowed the Lions to explore alternative tactical approaches, particularly a more structured game, an area where Owen Farrell excels. Interestingly, the real need for cover might actually be at fullback. With the Scottish centres, Hugh Jones and Sione Tuipulotu, looking like a strong pairing, and Tommy Freeman demonstrating impressive versatility and form, the midfield appears well covered. The back row presents a more straightforward selection dilemma for Farrell. Does he opt for two similar, dynamic flankers like Jack Morgan and Josh van der Flier, or a more traditional, powerful blindside flanker? This choice will directly influence the type of number 8 he selects, a nimble runner like Ben Earl or Henry Pollock, or a more robust ball carrier like Jack Conan. Of course, no Lions tour is complete without some colourful commentary. My old friend David Campisi has already weighed in, lamenting how things aren't like they were in my day. It's all part of the fun, isn't it? Ultimately, the decisions surrounding Smith and Farrell highlight the complexities of squad management and tactical preparation. What do you think? Are Farrell's choices justified, or are they a gamble that could backfire? Do you believe Owen Farrell's late inclusion strengthens or weakens the Lions' chances? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm eager to hear your perspectives. 4. British and Irish Lions vs ACT Brumbies, key players and team preview. In a thrilling announcement, the British and Irish Lions have unveiled their lineup for the upcoming match against the ACT Brumbies, with Henry Pollock making a comeback to the bench after a recent injury scare. This match, set to take place in Canberra, is anticipated to serve as a crucial rehearsal for the Lions ahead of their first test against Australia. Head coach Andy Farrell has assembled what many consider to be his strongest squad yet. Maro Itoje will captain the team, forming a formidable second-row partnership with Joe McCarthy. The starting 15 features several players who are regarded as first-choice selections, including the dynamic halfbacks Jamison Gibson-Park and Finn Russell, who are expected to lead the charge. On the bench, the Lions have added some exciting options in the form of backrower Henry Pollock and the versatile playmaker Marcus Smith. Both players will be eager to showcase their skills and prove their readiness to face the Wallabies on July 19th. Pollock was initially slated to start in Saturday's tense 21-10 victory over the New South Wales Waratahs but had to withdraw just before kickoff due to a tight calf muscle, an issue that has since resolved itself. The centre pairing of Bundee Aki and Gary Ringrose, both hailing from Ireland, has been selected to strengthen the midfield, while Blair Kinghan will make his debut at fullback after joining the squad late due to commitments with Toulouse in the top 14. Tommy Freeman and James Lowe are expected to occupy the wings in Brisbane, and both players are included in the lineup, with Mack Hansen providing additional back three cover from the bench against his former Super Rugby team. Ellis Genge has emerged as a standout loosehead prop during the tour, while Tard Furlong, a seasoned Lions veteran, will start again to enhance his match fitness after a season plagued by calf and hamstring injuries. Dan Sheehan has been named as the hooker. In the back row, Tom Curry, typically a dominant force, has yet to find his rhythm in Australia but will take on the open side role. Ollie Chessum, who adds valuable line-out options, is also included, with Jack Conan at number 8. It appears that Chessum will serve as second-row cover should either Itoje or McCarthy sustain an injury, with flankers Josh van der Flier and Pollock available on the bench. The Lions squad features 8 players from Ireland, 5 from England, and 2 from Scotland, while Wales open side Jack Morgan has not made the 23-man roster. The Brumbies represent the toughest challenge the Lions will encounter in Australia outside of the Test matches, having reached the Super Rugby semi-finals, where they faced a defeat of 37-17 against the Chiefs on June 14. Farrell has already indicated that Wednesday's match will come too soon for his son, Owen Farrell, who was brought into the squad as a replacement for Elliot Daly after the latter suffered a fractured arm in last week's victory over the Queensland Reds. In a post-selection interview, Farrell emphasised the importance of the Lions' final 2 warm-up matches in determining his selection for the first test. He stated, "The nature of the format over these 2 games allows us to be open-minded. We play on Saturday after this and we have a full week of training ahead. That's what everyone is accustomed to." He continued, "It's essential to remain open-minded. A closed book is not beneficial for anyone. I recognize the speculation surrounding the team, but the reality is we have a strong side ready to take the field on Wednesday. Farrell encouraged his players to seize the opportunity to secure their spots for the test matches, saying, "Players can both earn and lose their places simultaneously. Our primary focus is on achieving a cohesive team performance, which is our main objective." The Brumbies also announced their lineup on Monday, featuring Australia's Tom Hooper, who played for the Wallabies against Fiji on Sunday. Although the Brumbies are missing several test players, they still boast a strong squad that reached the Super Rugby Pacific semi-finals. The British and Irish Lions line-up for the match against the ACT Brumbies is as follows: 15 Blair Kinghan, 14 Tommy Freeman, 13 Gary Ringrose, 12 Bundee Aki, 11 James Lowe, 10 Finn Russell, 9 Jamison Gibson Park, 1 Ellis Jench, 2 Dan Sheehan, 3 Tad Furlong, 4 Maro Itoija, 5 Joe McCarthy, 6 Ollie Chessum, 7 Tom Curry, 8 Jack Conan. Replacements include 16 Ronan Kelleher, 17 Andrew Porter, 18 Will Stewart, 19 Josh van der Flyer, 20 Henry Pollock, 21 Alex Mitchell, 22 Marcus Smith, 23 Mack Hansen. The ACT Brumbies lineup is 15 Andy Muirhead, 14 Ben O'Donnell, 13 Ollie Sapsford, 12 David Filiui, 11 Corey Toole, 10 Declan Meredith, 9 Ryan Lonergan, 8 Twaina Tai Tuolima, 7 Rory Scott, 6 Tom Hooper, 5 Cadern Neville, 4 Lorchie Shaw, 3 Rhys van Neck, 2 Lachlan Lonergan, 1 Lington Iele. Replacements for the Brumbies are 16 Liam Boran, 17 Cameron or 18 Fio Fotueka, 19 Lorchie Hooper, 20 Luke Reimer, 21 Harrison Goddard, 22 Jack Debracheni, 23 Hudson Creighton. Sky Sports pundit and former Lions fly half Dan Biggar shared his thoughts on Farrell's latest selection, stating, "It appears to me that this lineup resembles a test team, if that makes sense. The combinations and flexibility within the squad are evident. For instance, Tommy Freeman's ability to play both fullback and wing adds depth. Ollie Chessum at 6 allows for 2 back rowers on the bench." He added, "If someone told me this was the team for the first test in Brisbane, I would believe it." The fact that 12 out of the 23 players are Irish indicates a level of familiarity and trust. In high-pressure situations, it's often beneficial to rely on tried-and-true players. Biggar concluded, with the external pressures surrounding Andy Farrell this week, returning to a trusted lineup can provide him with the confidence needed for Wednesday's match against the Brumbies and the first test ahead. In a related note, former Lions captain Sam Warburton and Will Greenwood have speculated on the potential test side to face Australia, suggesting that 5 positions remain up for grabs. They highlighted the tight head prop, open side flanker, and blind side flanker roles as areas lacking clear favourites. Sky Sports will exclusively broadcast the 2025 British and Irish Lions tour of Australia, featuring all 3 tests against the Wallabies and 6 warm-up matches live. The tour schedule includes matches against Argentina, Western Force, Queensland Reds, NSW Waratahs, ACT Brumbies and the Wallabies, culminating in 3 test matches in Brisbane, Melbourne and Sydney. Howden Insurance proudly serves as the principal partner and front-of-shirt sponsor of the British and Irish Lions.